Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting edition of Let's Play Crusader Kings 2. As always, I'm your host, J Square John Jeremy, and last we left off, England was getting fucked up. I do not expect King William to survive, which is surprising. But apparently he was so weakened by the battle to take England that he's not able to take care of rebellions from Lancaster, Bedford, Kent, as well as the Norwegian invasion. In the meantime, the Duke Gudrod of the Isles has decided to attack the Isle of Man, which is the territory that I was looking to take. This is unfortunate, but nothing we can do about it for now. Maybe in the future, we'll have a better chance. These buttons are back up here again because anytime you start the game will show you all the buttons that are available once again. So this tells me that I have a title that can be created if I had enough money for it. This tells me I have 2 unlanded sons. Now the unlanded sons cost me a little bit of prestige every month, but I don't have any titles to give them, so they will remain unlanded for now. We have raised our vassals' levies for too long with the Earl Canuck of Buchan. He is upset with us by minus 27, which means his current opinion of us is at 32, because, well, I don't know why. I'm trying to get people to hate me, and it's not working. And we can still press de jure ducal claims against Caithness for the Duke of Moray, and he also really likes us. So we're doing well, I think. Let's continue. Okay, Prince Domhnall of Scotland claims that he would be a better court chaplain than George, and petitions that he should be given the title of court chaplain of the Kingdom of Scotland. Prince Domhnall has a learning skill of 14. George here has a learning skill of 8. Guess what? Now my son, Prince Domhnall, is now my court chaplain. So both my sons now are on my council, which is good for me. We shall continue. A daughter was born to King Malcolm III of Scotland and Queen Consort Jolanta of Scotland, named Eleanor. So we have our first daughter, which means we fulfilled our ambition to have a daughter. We must pick a new ambition. And the only ambition that's available to us right now is to see our wife dead. And I would gain +1 intrigue, but I don't want to see my wife dead. We still have a prisoner in our dungeon, Bishop Eric of Dunkeld, because Bishop Eric here is a Catholic heretic, and we were unsuccessful in requesting his religious conversion, and we cannot excommunicate him because he does not believe in excommunication, so it's not as if it's going to do anything for him. He does have 93.3 gold, so potentially speaking, we could banish him and take all that gold, but it would lower the opinion of our vassals by 10 and be seen as tyrannical. We do not want to be seen as tyrannical. We can just ransom him for 25 gold, or we can release him from prison. I may have to banish him just to get these people not to like me so much, so I can take their lands. Because you want a strong king with multiple territories. This whole one territory thing does not help me at all. And you want them to be next to each other. You don't want one territory here, and then let's say one territory in Spain. Oh, Galatia is no more. Beja has taken control of the last Galatian territory, and Castile managed to snag the middle one. So Castile is the only monarch left of the original 3 Spanish brother princes. This person requires an educator. So, once again, we will have our wife here. No. Fela is not our wife. She is our son's wife. Go have fun. Jolanta wants to become spy master. And the Duke Gudrod has taken the Isle of Man. He is currently sieging it. And the Earl Gottfried of the Isle of Man is currently sieging Galloway. Alright, Duke Gospatrick is asking us to deal with an assassination attempt inside of our realm. Interesting. So, Duke Gospatric's son, the Earl Dauphin of Cumberland, actually tried to kill his father. And he's asking us to deal with it. Now, we can grant him a claim on the perpetrator's titles, in which case the Earl Dauphin's opinion of me changes by -20. We can say that he needs to go to jail, in which case his opinion changes by -20, and there's a 70% chance that Duke Gospatric sends him to jail. Or we can say that it is not our call, and that Duke Gospatric's opinion of us goes down by 10. What's it right now? 59. And we lose 10 piety. I am actually going to go ahead and say he can go to jail, and we shall see if he manages to succeed. He did. Earl Dauphin is now in jail, which is good for me because that is his only... Nope, he does have one more heir, Waltheof Dunbar. Unfortunate. Well, actually, I think for ducal claims, daughters can take the claim as well, so it will actually be Ethelreda. My prisoner, Bishop Eric of Dunkeld, is complaining about his dark cell in his dungeon, asking for more suitable accommodations. We can say, let him rot, and continue being in the prison. We can say that we shall be merciful, and he will be under house arrest for the rest of the game until he dies, which gives him -5 diplomacy. Or we can say, suitable, how about the Obulette? In which case, he gets -20 diplomacy and -3 health, which is practically a death sentence. For now, since I don't know what to do with him, we will just have him rot for the time being. And like I said, we can't pick an ambition for now, so we'll go ahead and get rid of that. Seems to be some infighting here. Harold and Kent have both occupied certain territories. Norway has occupied Bedford. They are now working on Northampton. Duke Gospatric has decided to execute Dauphin Dunbar. So Dauphin, he has executed his son. He is now known as a kinslayer. And that means that he loses the a lot of opinion from the rest of his dynasty, because he's decided to be a kinslayer. His heir now is Waltheof Dunbar, so they go by claims from the sons first, before daughters. So Waltheof is the new heir. That's a first. Executing... Lothian doesn't usually execute his own son, but okay! This is what I was waiting for, folks. Trondiliag has decided to rebel. Prince Magnus has decided he has had enough of the King of Norway. He has claim to Norway, so he's trying to go ahead and take it over. Now, Duke Paul of Orkney has joined in this rebellion. Because he has joined in this rebellion, Prince Magnus is busy dealing with Norway. Duke Paul is basically by himself. This is our opportunity to take Caithness. So, Buchan, I don't know why you like me so much, but we'll eliminate your unit for now because I need to go to war with Orkney here. You're taking Caithness as a claim for the Prince of Scotland. I'll deal with him later. I want that territory now. We will raise our military. Now, at the very beginning of the game, we had a low number of military men, only around 12 to 1,400. Now, because we have gained the opinion of our vassals and we haven't gone to war by raising more levies, we actually have around 2,400 men. So we will raise them all and send them off to war. We will have them unite in Ross first before moving them into Caithness. Because we are at war, we are not able to have any fairs, hunts, or feasts until this war is over with. But this is our first war, folks. Exciting. Now our armies are slowly joining together, heading towards Ross. What else is going on here? Zamora has been captured by rebels. Okay. France has captured the top part of Sardinia. To be expected. Our army is now united, and we're going to head towards Caithness. Doesn't look like there's any military there. They have a garrison of only 225 men. They've already moved their levy somewhere else. There's the levy. There's the army that they have right there in Orkney. We can usurp a title. We can usurp the title of the Duchy of Northumberland. I wonder why we could do that. Ah! I see. If you guys remember correctly, I showed you how Teviotdale and Northumberland were united in terms of who was each other's heir. And it turns out Earl Ulsif, the original county leader of Northumberland, has died. He was ill, and he has died, and now the Earl of Teviotdale has now taken control of Northumberland as well, which means we have gained a territory quite simply through death. And because of that, we can now usurp the title of the Duchy of Northumberland should we come up with 188.8 gold. If we do usurp it, we would also gain claim on the county of Durham, which is right here, because that is also a part of our duchy. Something to consider. For now, I will remove that notification. So we are currently sieging Caithness. I expect that once we take Caithness and probably deal with this army right here, that the Duke Paul of Orkney will surrender. The constant surges of adrenaline and increased heart rate makes me weary. It's not as fun being angry as it used to be. I should take it easier. Good, so we lose the trait of Wrath. So now we've got all good traits. This is good. Go ahead and continue. We are still sieging Caithness. England is all sorts of messed up. Although, yeah, even France is taking a lot of it. Down in Norway as well. Urraca is still the princess, but it looks like Najira, Prince Ramiro, is trying to break away from Navarra. Looks like one of the Irish earls has managed to take over another territory and proclaim himself Duke. Duke Murchad I. I'm pretty sure he was an earl when we first saw him in Dublin, but he's managed to take Leinster as well. Leinster, I think. We're about halfway through the siege, 53.4%. Disease strikes the besieging army. Large number of people in confined areas are never healthy. The risk of disease is ever present. Unsanitary conditions have led to just such an outbreak. Although the commander of the siege of Thurso is working to mitigate the problem, but the damage is done. So we take a 5% loss on our troops, which is unfortunate. England is completely ravaged. You are screwed, my friend. Mayor Sigbert of Newcastle has been released from Earl Ealdulf of Teviotdale's dungeon. Newcastle, I believe, is in Northumberland. Yes. Looks like, excuse me. A failed sally by the defender. The defenders of Thurso sallied forth, but were caught unawares by some of the attackers. They lost many before limping back through the postern gate. There were great cheers from the attacking encampment. Surrender comes sooner. Excuse me. Sorry. Something in my throat. We have won the siege of Thurso. We are now working on its church, I believe, Dornoch. Yes. Looks like Earl Gottfried has actually captured the county capital of Galloway. But Duke Goodrod has completely captured the Isle of Man. So it's a 92% war score for Duke Goodrod. So soon Gottfried will surrender. We are currently at a 31% war score. As we get closer and closer to 100, it's more likely that the enemy will surrender. We have taken Dornoch. We're going to move on to... what is this? This is Orkney. And Beersay. Once we eliminate this army, we should be able to win the game. Excuse me, not win the game, but win the war. Our knowledge of castle infrastructure in Gowrie increased to level 1. That's good. It means more buildings can be built. And the peasants have revolted in Dunbar. Wonderful job, Duke of Lothian. You are doing oh so well in maintaining your populace. So as soon as we're done with this war here, we have to go ahead and deal with the peasants. We're at an 86% victory rate. Will he surrender? No. So we're going to have to go ahead and try to capture the county capital here. He only has 3 territories. 1, 2, and 3. We've already captured 1. And there it is. We have received a message about a peace offer from the Duke Paul I. And he says, "Blessings upon you and your house. We propose the following peace offer. Prince Miles Schnechtai's opinion of King Malcolm III changes by plus 100 and gain 100 prestige. Count School of Cathinus, who is the son of the former count. He becomes, Prince Miles Schnechtai becomes his new liege. That is the offering. And because that is the justification of war, we shall accept. And Cathinus is now Scottish. We will go ahead and send our army now towards Dunbar to take care of these peasants before disbanding the army. So as you can see here, our vassal levies have been raised for too long for many more of our vassals, but as you can see, since we've messed with Buchan for so long, his is the worst, but he still has a plus 30 opinion of us for some reason. 2 of our vassals is 100% with us, and the lowest of us is the bishop that is still in my jail. Did you give up yet? No. So you shall remain in jail. And the Isle of Man has now been taken by the Duke Goodrod. It is now a vassal to him. And Now we are fighting the peasants. Hopefully we don't get injured. We're not wounded right now, so that's a good thing. Fantastic, a victory for us. We can go ahead and disband the army now. And let's go ahead and mess with Buchan once again by raising his army. We're no longer at war, so we can go ahead and have ourselves a fair, maybe? How did I do that again? Thought it was through intrigue. Yes. Holding a fair. So now we have taken the territory of Caithness. We have dealt a big blow to Duke Paul of Orkney. He will probably lose his independence fight against King Olaf. And I don't know who's going to win here. I don't. Monkey Trainer being beaten. And we're going to go ahead. Since this guy's opinion of us is already at 100, I believe. Yeah, it's already at 100. So we're just going to go ahead and take this temporary trait, Compassionate, which will last us until October. Kent has done a good job here, capturing the capital and looking to capture Winchester. France is also messing up over here. They've captured Rouen and Marshal Earl Dub has caught the peddlers selling stolen goods red-handedly. We shall seize his goods. An errant monk is disturbing the summer fair. I still don't want to lose 5 piety. Even though it doesn't matter about me upsetting the bishop anymore. Okay. A troubadour and his wife have arrived from Occitania. Their performances range from vulgar satires to political Cervantes and everything in between, including songs and poems of courtly love. This is a new option for us. I hope they know Falcon lied. And we gained 1 intrigue. We can say that we remember them, and the Bishop Eric's opinion of us increases by 15. Or we can say they will be well paid, in which case we would gain charitable, since we already have charitable, I believe. Yes, we do. And Eric of Dunkel's opinion of us is at 25. Interesting choice. Do I go for the +1 intrigue, or do I try and get Bishop Eric on my side again? I will try for Bishop Eric. I really don't want to lose him. He's the best court chaplain we have. Will you please convert? Yes, you will convert. Thank you. Earl Murraydock of Strathairn has died at the age of 45. So one of our earls has died, and his son has taken over. Earl Gillychrist, or Earl Gillychrist of Strathairn, has now taken over, and he also has a high opinion of us. Blessings upon you and your house. I submit to your wise counsel and will convert to the Catholic faith forthwith. Fantastic. So he is now Catholic once again. So we have no need to keep him in our jail any longer. He has been imprisoned there for 1 year, and his opinion of us is at 96. So we definitely want to go ahead and let him out. But because he pissed me off, basically, I'm going to take 25 gold from him before I let him out. And I'm also going to go ahead and start building. As soon as I get the 25 gold, I'm going to build something. The peddlers are loading their wares, and the summer fair is finished. We will immediately start a grand hunt. Side house thirsted for blood. Fantastic. Blessings upon you and your house. I accept paying your ransom for the safe return of Bishop Eric, which is himself. And we gain 25 gold. And we will spend it building a... We'll spend it building a militia training ground. Go ahead and do that. You want to build up the army in your capital because like I said before, your capital is the area that's never going to change. It's always going to be a part of you. And when you're dealing with rebellions from your other vassals, you're guaranteed that number of soldiers at least for your levy from your capital. Malcolm Dunkeld is now known as the Just. We are King Malcolm III, the Just of Scotland. Fantastic! So we have ourselves a title. There are many titles. I've been known as the Great, the Holy, the Drunkard, the Ill Ruler. The hounds were more alert this morning than I've ever seen before. We'll just go ahead and go for this, and I swear, another 5% chance of being wounded. Am I gonna be wounded? No. Okay, this is now important because we no longer have the trait of Wrath. So we can say, just solve it already and gain the trait of Wrath and gain 5 prestige. Or we can say, give me the Bear Spear. And we gain 15 prestige, but the chance of something bad happening to us. I kind of don't want to gain Wrath back. So I'm going to go ahead and say, give me the Bear Spear. And don't hurt me, game. Oh, game. You and wounding me. You love wounding me. Go get +1 diplomacy. I hate you, game. I hate you. The Grand Hunt is over, and I can't do anything else because I am wounded once again. England is now completely taken over, save for this territory right here, which Lancaster is going to be taking, and in Normandy. The Duke of Anjou has apparently rebelled against France, and he will lose, most assuredly, attacking King Philippe the Fat. It's now November the 1st. Let's go ahead and have ourselves a feast. Huge army here in Lancaster from the Lancastrians. No feast is complete without boar meat. We will send out my son, or Marshal Earl Dub. What's your opinion of me, Marshal Earl Dub? You're at 81%. We get some entertainment. And what is your opinion of me now, Marshal Earl Dub? 100. Fantastic. Over here, it looks like Santiago has rebelled against King Sancho the Cruel in an attempt to take Leon, the province of Leon. Duke Pedro, right here, has declared his independence, and Santiago is with him. The best part about preparing a feast is deciding what food to buy, and I will buy food to lavish upon my guests. I hereby invite you to my feast. Norfolk is just out there like, eh, I'm doing fine. King Olaf is sieging Wiltshire, trying to take it from the Duke of Bedford. We have a message. Duke Gospatrick I of Lothian has declared Lothian claim on Westmoreland. War on Duke Edwin I of Lancaster. Oh, you bastard. Okay. So, when you have low crown authority, or no crown authority, in fact, I'll show you. When you have up to... you need to have absolute crown authority. Otherwise, your vassals can declare claims upon other people. In this case, the Duke of Lothian is going to try to claim this territory right here, Westmoreland, from the Duke of Lancaster. The problem with that I foresee, is that the Duke of Lancaster has an army. Well, it's not that bad. They've merged 3 armies together here. 735 men, which is just over what the Duke of Lothian has right here. So we shall see how that war goes. We can't do anything about it. We can't go to war with the Duke of Lancaster ourselves. A daughter was born to Prince Duncan of Scotland and Adeline de Bolton named Ludmilla. So our son has had a daughter. She is now our granddaughter. Can we go to war with Lancaster? No. We ourselves must have a Cassius Belli to go to war. Guests finally arrived. Welcome to my feast. So Lothian's going to try and take Westmoreland. Okay. Some of my guests did not feel satisfied with the food, including the Prince Mael Schnechtai. You bastard. But you still have a 100% opinion of me. Okay, Lothian has now rallied all of his levies, of all of his territories. He's kind of a powerful duke. Kind of don't like him. He will be trouble if he tries to rebel. The last of the guests returned home. And I've never met a more fascinating person than the Duke Gus Patrick, who is currently at an 87 opinion of me. So he won't rebel, which is good for me. Alright. It is now February 1st, 1076. I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording here. And next time on Let's Play Crusader Kings 2, we shall find out what happens when the Duke of Lothian tries to take a piece of territory from the rebelling Duke of Lancaster in England. But that's next time. Until then, this is J Square John Jeremy signing out, saying so long, and take care.